Hello everyone, and thank you for joining me as we look ahead to the winter of 2025 to 2026. For many of us, winter brings holidays, cozy evenings, and the serene beauty of fresh snowfall. But it also brings challenges like icy roads and bitter cold. Understanding what the atmosphere has in store is more than curiosity. It is a vital tool for preparation, for families, cities, and farmers. A reliable winter forecast is a roadmap through the darkest, coldest months. This year's update is significant. Strong signals and global patterns point to a winter quite different from recent years. After a stretch of strong, well-defined drivers, we are entering a more complex, dynamic state. Ocean temperatures, air pressure over the poles, and continental patterns now converge on a picture of sharp contrasts across the U.S. Think of the atmosphere as a grand orchestra. This winter, those instruments may play in striking harmony, or disharmony. We see a notable ENSO shift, a defining jet stream pattern, and a strong east-west divide across North America. Some regions may be remarkably mild, while others could lock into classic extended cold and snow. Today we will walk through temperatures, precipitation, and snowfall, step by step. I will simplify the science so you can plan with confidence. Whether you want a white Christmas, you are planning travel, or wondering about heating bills, this forecast holds important clues. Let's dive into the details and see how 2025 to 2026 is shaping up. First, the simple keys that drive our winter weather story. First, ENSO, the El Niño Southern Oscillation, shifts tropical Pacific sea surface temperatures. El Niño means warmer waters, La Niña means cooler, neutral sits near average. This winter, neutral leaning cooler, almost a weak La Niña. Think of it like the ocean's thermostat set a little below normal, small change, big ripple. That subtle cooling often nudges the storm track farther north across the U.S. Next, the jet stream, a fast river of air high above flowing west to east in waves. Its dips deliver Arctic cold south, its bulges invite warm air north. Its position is the single most important factor in day-to-day winter weather. Finally, the polar vortex, very cold, low pressure over the pole, usually locked in by a strong jet. When the jet weakens and wobbles, a lobe can drop south, delivering intense cold to North America, Europe, or Asia. Understand ENSO, the jet stream, and the polar vortex, and you hold the keys to the winter forecast. With the keys in hand, let's unlock the temperature outlook. Spoiler, it's a tale of two coasts, and the Rockies sit right at the dividing line. Models paint a clear, divided picture, a classic split largely defined by the Rocky Mountains. A strong ridge in the west and a deep trough in the east set the stage. This is a positive P&A pattern, warmth west, cold east. Warm eastern Pacific waters and onshore flow keep the west milder than average. The Rockies act like a wall, containing mild Pacific air to the west. From California to Washington and Arizona, expect more light jacket days and fewer frosts near sea level. Downstream of the ridge, the trough becomes a highway for Arctic air into the central and eastern U.S. The core chill targets the upper Midwest, Great Lakes, and the Ohio Valley. Signals suggest extended periods of locked-in patterns, not just brief swings. There will still be warm days in the east and cold shots in the west. Weather is variable, but the seasonal averages strongly favor this dramatic east-west split. Along the divide, places like Denver expect back-and-forth swings as air masses battle. In the west, lower heating costs, fewer coastal disruptions, but keep an eye on mountain snowpack. In the east, higher heating demand and more frequent cold snaps. Plan for a colder, longer-feeling winter. La Niña-like conditions tend to steer the main storm track across the northern tier. Expect above-average precipitation for the Pacific Northwest, Northern Plains, Upper Midwest, Great Lakes, and Northeast. First, Pacific systems coming onshore and riding the jet eastward. Second, fast Alberta clippers, quick hitters that can add frequent light snow. From the Dakotas to New England, both tracks mean a very active season. Conversely, the southern U.S., especially the Southwest, leans drier than average. Moisture flow from the Gulf and subtropical Pacific is often suppressed in cooler ENSO phases. This raises drought concerns in Southern California, Arizona, New Mexico, and parts of Texas and Oklahoma. Highest chances for above-average snowfall, Northern Plains, Upper Midwest, and the Great Lakes. Think frequent small to medium events adding up to a deep seasonal total. Interior Northeast and the Appalachians also carry potential for blockbuster nor'easters. If the jet sets up offshore just right, the East Coast could see high-impact blizzards. Across the Southwest, warmer temperatures and lower precipitation mean much lower snowfall chances, outside high peaks. Central and southern plains may trend cold but drier if storm tracks stay north. More cold, less snow. Big picture, A nation split by the Rockies, mild and relatively dry to the west, cold and active to the east. Confidence is high thanks to warm Pacific waters and a well-signaled jet configuration. The bullseye for classic winter: central northern plains, upper Midwest, Great Lakes, and much of the Northeast. If you are in the east, check your heating system, improve insulation, and stock a vehicle emergency kit. In the west, be mindful of water use. Low snowpack can echo into spring and summer. Wherever you live, follow trusted updates from the National Weather Service, especially as storms approach. The atmosphere can still surprise us. A slight jet wobble or ocean shift can change a storm track. A colder than average season won't be frigid every day, just as a milder season won't skip cold snaps. Timing, when moisture meets cold, will make the biggest difference for snow. We'll be here daily, tracking each storm and updating the outlook as winter unfolds. Prepare for the patterns, but be ready for surprises. Weather keeps us humble. Stay warm, stay safe, and we will get through the winter of 2025 to 2026 together. Thanks for watching. If you found this helpful, consider following along all season for updates and storm coverage.